Why not? Anyway, let's keep it recording on that side. Okay, hello everyone. Hello. As usual, I just want to make sure first that we are actually streaming fine. In the meantime, feel free to give me a follow. Overthinking Football. As you know, we stream every Monday to Wednesday from 10:30. Let's just make sure that everything is working as it should be. Let me hear my sound. Okay, my sound sounds fine. Welcome to the Facebook people that are also joining me. We're about to get into it. I just want to quickly make sure that we are fine on Facebook as well. So that they're not missing out on anything either. But I hope you guys are good. We had a very good weekend of football. Football. Okay, I think technically we are fine. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Let me just pop out these. Okay, so for those who don't know, my name is George. This is my account, Overthinking Football, where we talk mostly local football, but also we look at everybody else. So thank you guys for joining me. As you know, you can always jump on if you want to voice anything, talk to me. Multi-guest is available on TikTok, and I will be allowing you guys on to speak. Marero, hey, Kosi! I'm still taking care of Leeds. I see you taking care of Leeds. 5-1, eh? Oh, 5-2. Did they score now? Oh, 5-1. I see that's 5-1. Okay. You guys took that momentum you got from us, and now you're punishing other teams for it, huh? You're punishing other teams for it. Okay. Let's look at what happened this past weekend. We're going to start off with the English Premiership. So, 31 of 38. Final 7 games. I know you guys are waiting for something. You're waiting for me for something. I'll get to that. Okay. Aston Villa beat Newcastle 3-0. Southampton got beaten by Crystal Palace 2-0. Fulham beating Everton 3-1. Wolves beating Brentford 2-0. Chelsea losing to Brighton 2-1. Tottenham losing to Bournemouth 3-2. Manchester City beating Leicester City 3-1. West United drawing 2-2 with Arsenal. Man United and Nottingham Forest. Man United beating Nottingham Forest 2-0. And then currently Liverpool are 5-1 up versus Leeds United. Kalagata. Hey, Stellies. We're going to get into that. So, let's some of these things before I speak up about something that Tabelo has just mentioned in the comments. So, Newcastle obviously trying to get into the top 4. Big Saudi money. They have to get in because their coach knows that his job is on the line and he will be replaced. So them losing to Aston Villa is pretty shocking. But Unai Emery so far is doing quite an amazing job there at Aston Villa. I mean, the turnaround has been pretty amazing. And of course, it's his second bite of the cherry because it didn't work out very well when he was coaching Arsenal. Crystal Palace, again, why am I forgetting the coach's name? He's also come in, taking over Patrick Vieira, and he's also doing pretty well. I think it's 2 games, 2 wins so far. Let's jump to this Chelsea-Brighton. Chelsea Chelsea's struggling, guys. Chelsea's struggling. I don't know what's going on over there. But you've thought that once they jump up, once they fire their coach, maybe they'd get some new manager bounce for the time being, especially with the type of money they've spent. Obviously, they went back to Frank Lampard, which is a decision that I do not understand. I don't understand. Man came in, he did well during your transfer ban times, and then he failed when he was given money. Now he's got a second bite to the cherry. I guess it's that English thing. Bournemouth beating Tottenham, another team that is struggling. City, man. Ooh. Ooh, City is on fire. City is catching up to us. City is. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit scared because hey, Gwanzima. Let me just check. I just want something on the comments on Facebook side. Yeah, I've got the one. Okay. Then, thank you for the follow. Then let's look at this. City. They're on a roll. But I know what you guys are waiting for. I know why a lot of you are here. I see the comments already. Let's switch over to topic number 1 for tonight, which is my team, Arsenal Football Club, and the match we played versus West Ham over this past weekend. I just resized this picture for the Facebook, guys. Okay. Whew. I'm going to go to this match. Let's go. Obviously, we're playing West Ham. We had a 6-point lead over City, but City, of course, have a game in hand. And how we went into this match was pretty simple. West Ham had Fabianski in goal, Zuma, Kera as their defense, as well Kufal as their fullbacks, Sushek, Rice, and Paqueta in the middle. And then Antonio Bowen and Benrahma were up there in the front. On our side, we had Ramsdale in goal, Holding, Gabriel at the back. We had Tierney and White as our fullbacks. We had Xhaka, Thomas, and Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. Pretty much our normal team, outside of not having Uzinchenko and not having Saliba. So, story of the game is very simple. Story of the game is that we scored early. We played very well in the first few minutes. Let me just find you the story of the game. We played very well in the beginning. Nice kickoff. 7 minutes in, Jesus grabs a goal, assists Ben White. 10 minutes in, Martin Odegaard gets a goal, assists Martinelli. You know, we're cruising. It's 2-0 up. It's 2-0 up. And then, of course, flashbacks of last week versus Liverpool, where, again, 2-0 up. And then we struggled because in the 33rd minute, West Ham get a penalty and they go 2-1. So that means we go into halftime at 2-1. Couple of yellow cards for Jesus and Partey. And then we got a penalty in the 52nd minute, which Saka missed. And then in the 54th minute, we're punished for it at 2-2. And of course, this is how the game ended. Now, this is what I was scared of. What everybody has been telling me, what I've been speaking about for the past few weeks, this is what I was scared of. It's coming down to the final stretch. You know that Manchester City is chasing you. They're on your necks. They're right behind you. They don't care about a lot. And we know that this City team has been able to go on runs, long runs. Second half of the season, they usually click and then they don't lose. So you've got them chasing you. The pressure is on. And fine, we did very well for 90% of the season. We have been leading this league since the second week. Second week we've been in the lead. But this is where it becomes critical. This is where your coaching gets exposed. This is where your signings get exposed. This is where your players' big match temperament gets questioned. And now we're facing those questions. And I've said before that, you know, the peaks and valleys, you go through things, you're going to struggle some matches, you're going to win some matches, you're going to play well some matches, you're going to play badly some matches. It's part of what needs to happen. But at the end of the day, you're chasing the league. And now, at the end of the season, you cannot allow these things to slip, because these are the times that are most important. And you're facing a juggernaut that's going to be chasing you. So when you go to Liverpool, fine. I heard a lot of people telling me, no, it's Liverpool. And we're at Anfield, and it's hard to win at Anfield, and we haven't won at Anfield in how many games and how many years, and we haven't done this and we haven't done that. Yeah, but we've never been number one at this point of the season. But fine, I give you guys that. As Liverpool, we were 2-0 up. It's 2-2 at the end of the game. What did I say to you last week? I said to you, this is scary because it might become a pattern. And the last thing you want is a pattern, a regressive pattern at the end of the season when you are looking at the league. Guys, the league is right there. It was in our hands. Now we go to West Ham. What are the excuses now? What excuses can Arsenal fans give me? Because I'm an Arsenal fan myself, and I'm getting a little tired of the excuses, especially when it's crunch time. And yes, the pattern was set. You go to big teams. Usually we struggle against big teams. We've done well in the past few seasons versus your Chelseas. We've done well against Manchester United. We've done well against some of the big teams. But now you're looking at West Ham and you need to get 3 points. You can't be going anywhere else. And it's supposed to be an easy game. West Ham are, if not in the relegation battle, they're slightly above the relegation battle. So for all intents and purposes, this is the bad team. And now, I understand if we're chasing top 4, top 5, top 6, whatever you guys want to call it. I understand if we're chasing that. I get it. It's tough to play against West Ham, but we're supposed to be the number 1 team in the league. And I tell people this all the time, that it's an attitude thing more than it is a play thing. For me, it's an attitude thing. When I tell people that for me, I want to be going into this Manchester City match thinking that I am number 1. You are chasing me. I go into Liverpool Liverpool has been having a very bad season. But for some reason, when it comes to us, when it's Arsenal Football Club, we are the come-up team. We are the team that everybody looks at and goes, we are going to get our come-up versus those guys. They're a big enough team that is going to fuel our fans, right? But also, they're a team that we know we can roll over. And we're repeating patterns that are not meant to be repeated right now. Last season, in the last 5 games, again, top 4 was in our hands. We had to beat Newcastle. We had to play Brighton, I believe it was. We had to play Tottenham, right? Another run-in with person who's right next to us. And to not happen, we faltered. We fell apart. Guys, if you haven't followed, please follow. We faltered. We stopped at the door. And I think what gets me and what really gets to me about this Arsenal team, in our DNA, if you guys want to call it that, what really gets to me is that we never do enough to get over the hump. And we feel like it's okay. So this past few days, I've been hearing from people, no, even if we finish second, it's a big improvement. Even if we finish second, we should have expected not to win the league. No one knew that we would do this at the beginning of the season. And while that's true, now you're looking right at it. And you're facing somebody who's got a ton of experience. You're facing somebody who's done this before. You're facing somebody for the past 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons. They've been on top of everyone. If not for a couple of choke seasons where they didn't make it, but for the most part, they've been on top of everybody. And we know that this is a well-oiled, well-resourced machine. So you have to put your feet right whenever you move. And I think I can accept it. I can accept these losses if we were played off the pitch. You see, if we went onto this pitch and Liverpool absolutely blew us off, like right now, they're 5-1 up versus Leeds, I could accept it. I could accept it if we went to West Ham and they were far and away the better team. I could accept it and I could take it. But you're 2-0 up. And that's when you see out the game. You don't take your foot off the gas and then start relaxing and go, oh no, done our job. You carry on. Think about what City does when they're 2-0 up. Think about what Liverpool does this Liverpool side, when they're 2-0 up, think about all of the ruthless people, right, that we're going to play against, that we've faced, that we're going to be fighting next season in the Champions League. When they're 2-0 up, now you're scared for 7. But now every Arsenal fan is going to sit in a situation where you're 2-0 up and you're going to be thinking, yes, this could end in a draw. 2-0 up. And that's why I say that it's so frustrating. And more than that, I just wish we could show a bit of belief. I don't want to see Odegaard substituted in a tough match versus West Ham when we're chasing the league. I don't want to see Gabriel Jesus come off in a tough match versus West Ham or Liverpool when we're chasing the league. I don't want to see those things. Keep pushing, keep going. Don't hide people. And you got to make the tough decisions. Saka hasn't played well. We've got to be honest. Saka hasn't been added for the past few games. Well and truly speaking. But you know what's crazy? He doesn't have competition. And what did I tell you guys at the beginning of the season? Not even at the beginning. Halfway through when the January transfer window came. What did I say to people? I said, you need competition. You need to stop signing Marquinhos. You need to stop signing Keman Kiwiko at the centre-back position. You need to stop signing, who was it on the Sambi. You need to stop giving El Neni contracts. You need to stop giving Rob Holding contracts. Because at the end of the day, now, it's lit. And when it's lit like this, you need to be able to look at your bench and say, let's change the game. What did Jorginho do when he came on? Trossard Shem, he runs around. We can give him something. But now you're facing that situation we've had for the longest time. Plan B. What do you do when you need to up the intensity? What do you do when you need to change the game? What do you do when Saka's tired? What do you do when Odegaard is no longer effective? You look at Vieira and you think, nah, he's not ready to jump on. You look at Eddie and you go, hi, I don't trust him. And as much as he's been important for a bit, I don't trust him. But now you look at that bench and everybody has told me time and we're going to need time and all of that stuff. And don't get me wrong. Number 1 is great. Number 2 would be an amazing finish. But not from no other team has gotten all this way only to stumble at the end right at the end. And for those who are saying that next season we're going to repeat this somehow, think about it. Think about it. We're out of Europa right now. We don't have the FA Cup. We're out of the English Cup, King Carabo Cup. We're out of it. All right. So right now, for the past few months, we've been focusing solely on the league. Now think about the season before when we didn't have Europe. Same situation and we couldn't clinch top 4. Now, next season, we're going to be going into the Champions League. You're not going to want to rest players in the Champions League, especially if you can make it out of your group, right? So now, you've made it out your group. You're now facing your Bayerns, your Barcelonas, your PSGs. Now facing the real big boys of the real big boys of the game, right? But then now you got to look back home. Manchester United is improving. They're playing very well. Liverpool might see a revival. Manchester City is going to be Manchester City. Newcastle is pushing to try get into this whole thing, and I doubt Chelsea is going to allow their team to be low for long. Todd Bowley, he looks very frustrated. I don't think he's going to allow them to be low for long. So already, just looking at top 4, it's tough. And if we go into next season with a skeleton team, as we have, where you have 12, 13 at a push, really good players, but you don't have anybody else, then it becomes tough. Then you start asking questions. Then an injury or two may do something crazy. Now, I'm not saying it will. But what I'm saying is that you got to take these things into account when you go into when you're going into next year. This might be the best shot we have at winning the league. And now we've put pressure on ourselves because we have to now go over to the Etihad and try to get 3 points in order to keep this alive. 3 points or a draw in order to keep this alive. against this Manchester City team, let alone the other ones. I wasn't worried about West Ham. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wasn't worried about West Ham. But there we are giving away a 2-0 lead. Let me read some of these comments. Kavera says, what Arsenal did, we are grateful, keep it up. Hey, watch the citizens. Lampard is a scam, Lee says. And Kalagata says, yes, brother. Kabelo, thank you for the follow. Gonja Arsenal. Future PK, welcome. Saka is to be blamed for that draw, damn. But that's what I'm trying to say to you guys, that Saka can't be the answer every single time. We've seen how many seasons now where it's not even a form thing. We've run him into the ground on how many seasons? So now we've seen patterns. I don't know if you guys noticed, we've seen patterns. Party will go down sometime during the season. Gabriel Jesus seems to have some injuries. Somebody in the defense is going to get an injury. Saka is going to be tired, run down, or they're just going to figure him out. They're going to put him on an island, 3 versus 1, it's lit. Not to mention the fact that now when you're playing Rob Holding, the whole team has to alter itself in order to make sure that they don't leave Holding alone. Gabriel can't go into the tackles. Ben White can't push. So Saka doesn't have the support that he normally would have. So now you ask the question, what do you do? And when you look at the bench, it's like, oh, who can look in the eye in the bench? Reece Nelson? No. Trossard maybe at a push. Nketiah? No. Who can bench Martinelli when the chips are down? Who can bench Jesus when the chips are down? And these are the type of questions we need to be asking, especially if we want to be serious. Let me carry on with these comments. Lee says, Man City will win the league and fail in UEFA. Hey, Kalagata I'm going to get into that. Rodzani says, Arsenal, guys, I think the ball is still in Arsenal's hands. Hey, thank you for the... Thank you for the optimism. I think the ball is still... City can win with goal difference. Arsenal and City have similar style of play, but City's quality always comes to play. And that's what I'm saying. But besides that, here's my issue. Arsenal struggles at the Etihad. How many teams have won at the Etihad? Just think about it. Norwich has won at the Etihad. Liverpool, I believe, has won at the Etihad. A bunch of smaller teams have gone to the Etihad and done the business. Why hasn't Arsenal, even by luck in J, throughout all these different coaches and players and all of that stuff, just by luck, and do you know what it is? Here. That's the conversation I want to have. Here. You guys have to make sure that you beat Man City. I'm still behind you, Gunners. Thank you, Marrero. Thank you. I see your team. Hey, your team is demolishing people. 6-1 leads. Rodzani says, I can't wait to see City versus Arsenal. I also need to see them wake up. That's what I want. I want to see some fight. I think one of the disheartening things about my club is that the chips are down and you don't see the fight. Like, I want to see the fight. I want to see them angry. West Ham is just equalized. Get angry. Liverpool are 2-2. Get angry. The stadium is rocking there at Liverpool. Get angry. You know? Because trust and believe, if we go 1 or 2-0 down versus City, they're going to drop their heads. That's just the truth of the matter. They're going to drop their heads. Now, it's even scary when we're 2-0 up. All right, guys. Let's see. I told you a long time ago, come on. WZC says, City is taking it, bro. Okay. City's taking it. Libon says, I love Hakimi and South African. Please salute the big man in the whole world. Hey, I know why you want to salute Hakimi. Hakimi Zaga Hakimi. But transfers have been made. No, I'm kidding. We missed the Black Panthers. These players are young. No, they are young. But the thing is, at the end of the day, that's why I said earlier that if you're going to get a first-time coach who he's done well, and then you've got these young players, at some point you're going to need some of the big guys to step up. Where's Shaka? Everybody talks about Shaka, such an amazing leader and whatnot. He's not speaking up. Where's Party? Where are those guys to show these guys that, hey, where's Jorginho? I get it, people said to me that Not only Jorginho's not just being signed because of what he's a former Champions League winner. He was top of Ballon d'Or. What? Okay, now is the time for you to show some of that leadership and to guide some of the youngsters, right? But also, we weren't young this whole time up to now. We weren't young. We were effective. Most I think we got 50 something. Or I think it was 30 something goals, the most goals for under 21 players, our front three, for example. But now you're sitting there and you're going, okay, fine. Now I can't sit behind excuses. We'll look at excuses when the season ends. But right now, finish the job. Finish the job. Anyway, Lisolecho says, I believe Arsenal will go all the way. And take the title. They deserve it more. Thank you. That will be the biggest failure. Exactly. For Arsenal to win the league, they have to beat Manchester City next week. Yes. Zinga, thank you for the follow. Strand96, thank you for the follow. Hello, Zakal. No, I'm not going to step away from it. I've been talking, so I'm not going to hide now. Ifre Arts, thank you for the follow. I've been telling people, and they said, I don't know football. We're cruising nicely. Liverpool. Number 2. St. Fitness Center, thank you for the follow. So by next season, you won't go this far, bro. I think that's what I'm afraid of. And especially if we carry on with the mentality that we've had. We can't keep developing players. I'm tired of developing players. I'm tired of youngsters. I'm tired, right? Marquinhos should be the final signing you make after you've signed all the experienced guys or the more game time given guys, right? Sambi should not be directly behind Party. You get what I mean? El Neni should not be at the club. Holding should not be at the club. You get what I mean? We should have a better person than Ketia standing behind Jesus, and we need to stop being nice with these players. Shaka needs to be moved on at the very least. He needs to become the captain of the second squad so that we can get people who are more dynamic. We need to actually spend money and bring in better quality. You get what I mean? We need to bring in better quality because next season it's lit, guys. We haven't been in the Champions League for 9 years. I think it is 8 to 9 years. Next season we're going back and it's going to be lit. We see what's happening to teams. And if we want to be a serious team, we have to just up the quality. Anyway, why Saka take the ball from Jesus? I think it's one of the things where they viewed the penalty as maybe a boost, as something they can do. Guys, please follow if you haven't followed. Very cool stuff. Also request, I want to hear you guys. You can, the lines are open. Get on the multi-guest and you can talk to me live right now. I think it was the thing that they were giving it to Saka so that he can score the goal and maybe get some confidence up. Let's see. Come guys. And maybe it shouldn't have been looked at that way. But I also think they were a bit cocky in thinking that the 2-1 was going to be enough. If that makes sense. Let me finish these comments before I speak to my guests. You can't blame Saka. He got you all this far. Saka has been your best player this season, bro. He carried this Arsenal team this season. True. But at some point you rest him. At some point you rotate him. At some point you remind him as well that there needs to be competition in the team. Right? So now we've run him into the ground and you're expecting him to carry on with these magic things that he's been doing, right? That he's been doing all season. But the reality is 30, 40 games in, it's tough for players. And you need to have plan B. Okay, fine. Even besides that, 30, 40 games in, a lot of teams have all of the film, quote unquote, on Saka. They know what he's going to do. They know how we set up. They know what we want to run. So now you need to be able to change angles, right? I don't want to have a team where there's people who are bona fide starters no matter what. You need to have competition, right? And at Arsenal, we tend to give guys leeway. But also, when those guys have to come off, now you're looking at Vieira running onto the pitch and you don't know what's going on. You're looking at Quio running onto the pitch in a crunch 2-2. And now he's next. It's tough. Let me just finish with this. I can't blame Saka, blame the coach fielding fatigue players, rest a few key players here and there. Katlako, thank you for the follow. I'm blaming Saka for the penalty miss. Honestly, he's marvelous, bro. Leadile, thank you for the follow. Crystal Palace win last season. City has 2 teams and Arsenal has 1 team that play always. Arsenal will beat City on the 26th and they think it's easy. It's not, bro. Marrero Saka carried this team against the big position. The team as log leaders. Manchester City are leaving with it. It's gone. I agree with you, champ. I'm just disappointed for that penalty miss. Only Ahly knows. Thank you for the follow. Manchester City is definitely snatching the cup from Arsenal. Hey, Mukhadi, I knew you were lurking to come back on. I got you, bro. I'm a United fan. Dumsan, thank you for the follow. City and Arsenal meeting at Etihad. Unfortunately, it's not make sure, I won't lie. Look at Liverpool. Losing 1 player took them from top to top 8. There needs to be depth in any team. Look at United now losing all their key players because no depth. Cabello, welcome to the live. Hey. Yeah, it's crying now. It's crying. What are you saying about this situation at Arsenal?
I know. Okay, yes, we have a game in hand. City has a game in hand, but it's not guaranteed 3 points or what we win. But from the way for me, Manchester City, the way like that thing, then if I was an Arsenal fan,
O favor wait, o favor Pete.
Ask what is the citizens on tour?
Hey, but to Shebile Polo 2011. No, I'm kidding. Carry on.
Yeah, but so far, like everything, it's under Arsenal's hands. Or do they convert all the games they have, or what? Because City is not gonna back down anytime soon because Bashapa left and right, so it's okay. So far, as much as you guys are focusing more leaking, what matters know is you guys win every game you play.
What do you think? What are our chances versus you guys?
Oh, I'll go and chat that good take this next. At least 6 inch on Kai Chola.
6. Let me bring Rudzani in. Rudzani, welcome,
sure.
brother. What do you got to say about this? Hey, 2-2 versus Liverpool last week. 2-2 now. West Ham City, obviously game in hand. They might go to 3 points. We need to play them. What do you say?
Yeah, for me, I'm very much disappointed on Arsenal. Even when they substitute, sometimes I feel like if when they substitute, when they keep Gabriel Jesus, they're supposed to bring Kantia first before bring Tosan. Because Kantia is the number 9. Obviously, when Jesus was injured, he was performing well. Okay, yes. The thing is, I don't understand quite well that why always suddenly they change the penalty taker on during the game, because lastly it was Shaka, if I remember.
Yeah.
So for me to give Saka to that penalty, it was the biggest mistake, because yes, he have the ability to carry Arsenal to win the games.
Yeah.
But on such penalties, sometimes you don't have to give some stars to penalties during the game. For me, again, I'm feel disappointed again by the way they approach. It's still a similar thing. On Liverpool, we were leading. Liverpool came back.
Yeah.
Was I think like we do mistake repeatedly. So for me, I think Arsenal still got it. If they can really go on 26 and beat Man City at Etihad, that one will be better. So it will even break the spirit for Man City. But I'm just thinking, I'm just praying if they can beat them at Etihad, but it's gonna be a difficult task.
Okay, no, we'll see how it plays out. Tsepan, welcome to the live, bro.
Hey, Otata bana.
Arsenal.
No man, everybody knows in this life that I'm a City fan, but it's disappointing for Arsenal to give it up so easily. I was expecting Arsenal to make it hard for City,
Yeah.
And I always said, or now my belief has always been that Arsenal during the first half of the season, a lot of teams were trying to, get their tactics right, get the right teams. While they're misfiring, Arsenal was, a bit compact. So now it's crunch time. Now people are fighting relegation. People are fighting for Champions League, So it's very, very difficult. As far as the coach is concerned, I'm a bit disappointed. This thing of playing your best 11 for the better half of the season, meaning you'll play your first 11 for 6 months. Now the question is, what happens if key players get tired? Key players, remember, each player will not give you 100% every time if that certain player has been playing for 6 months without a rest. Look at this little boy Saka. There was a tweet that I saw of him with the pincher looking like a monkey. I'm like, that's where the coach needs to step in and protect his players. Give a rest here and there. He shouldn't have played that boy to start with the game. I should believe, or if that boy came in as a sub, that would have been the trump card of the team. A change a game. But looking at how Arteta has been playing lately, I don't know what to say anymore, because all Arsenal needed to do, guys, is to win that game. You win that game, you're going into Etihad with a win. So if the best you can do is to get maximum point, if not a draw, then you're still comfortable. Now, do you think City is not gonna lose games by leader, guys?
Yeah.
We all know that. But
Yeah.
looking at how things have panned out, I just wish City gather their thoughts, come back, go to the Etihad, give a 110%, and see what happens. And the best thing that can happen is for them to win the game.
Focus on the
The sky's
Champions
the
League,
limit.
please. Focus on the Champions League. Focus on the Champions
We
League.
can't.
Smoguhle, welcome to the live. Smoguhle.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Chief?
Yeah.
Keep on.
Zimnandi.
Zimnandi ngathi jabulile yini ngathi akumnandi next.
Hayi. Kaloku phela mina ndi-Man City fan.
Hey, kanti niqale kangaka. Hi guys, Mukhadi in the comments, you went on a drive to get more fans. Phela qole nina Smoguhle. Ay.
Yeah. Ngiyabonga Arsenal for sitting on top and warming up the seat there. We are coming.
Uthi ngale ndaba yeteam yami.
Hey, Arsenal. Hey. I was afraid of Arsenal when the season started. They were looking like the Invincibles, like back in 2004. But now I can see they're dropping in momentum, and I think it's because mainly focused. They don't have a big squad, Man City.
Yeah.
And another thing is, these boys are not experienced in like title chasing moments. And you have players that will be playing 6 months, like the starting lineup. You have one starting lineup. We know that Bukayo Saka is gonna play, Martinelli is gonna play, Jesus is gonna play, Jackal is gonna play, Thomas Part. We know he's starting 11 Sabo. And I see nothing wrong. From a Man City perspective to Arsenal, I see nothing wrong. It's just that there are some few things that need to be fixed because this is the beginning of things. Once we see, like this season, we saw a different Arsenal. You see, because like Number one, they are playing with a squad SE1 and they stayed on top of the Premier League during a December period. Although there was the World Cup, but during those congested like fixtures time. Now I think there is a bit of a fatigue that is playing within the team itself. So Mikel Arteta also, he's like, he wanted to look for combinations within the team. That's why Kanga spent kakhulu on buying players transfers. So iphinde yamlimit at the same time because she was like chasing the title. Yeah, and which caused is fatigue. Because the squad is very small. And another thing, M Costayo, we had Nketiah.
Yeah.
Nketiah was blown, like he was scoring goals on cylinders.
Jesus are injured, yeah.
Yeah. But my question is now, Mikel Arteta, why don't you like, okay, now Jesus is back, right?
Yeah.
When you sub Jesus, go for pound. Faga Nketiah and Maukupa Gabriel Martinelli, Faga Trossard. Go for pound because if you look at Pep Guardiola, what he's doing, Maukupa Haaland Faga Alvarez. Yabo? Maukupa Grealish Faga Foden. He's going for pound. But I will not compare Arsenal to Man City because Man City basically has two squads within them, like within a roster yabo. And Arsenal, I think it's mostly players as 14 or 15. Yeah.
But I wanna,
so I think
I wanna stay on that point. I understand that point because you mentioned a couple of things, Mara. I wanna stick to squad size. I'm gonna come back to you on that one. Ne? I just wanna see Henrik, welcome to the live. Oh, Henrik.
Hey, my brother, how's it?
I'm good, and you, my brother? What are you saying about this Arsenal team? What's going on? What's going on?
Brother, your players are tired, squad death. The same thing that's happening to you this season is the same thing that happened to us last season. Instead of us winning the quadruple, people were saying quadruple. I was afraid as a Liverpool fan, as I once said, fatigue is going to hit us. We lost a chance to win the Champions League, also the chance to win the Premier League, right? The example that I'm trying to make here is, ever since Pep Guardiola became the coach of Man City, one thing that you should look at is the teams that have actually bottled the league against City are the teams that did not have that squad depth. Okay. So, for like, I like what Arsenal is like, the type of football that Arsenal is playing, but we must not forget that the Premier League is one of the most fastest leagues ever.
That's true.
Like La Liga has its way of playing, but when it comes to Premier League, the Premier League is faster.
And more intense.
Those boys of Bentley can make our Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates and Sundowns combined run the entire ground.
Yeah.
It's a fast-paced league. So Arsenal, the only thing that I can say now, it's fatigue, my brother. There's nothing that Arteta can do at the moment but to just rely on the players. But one thing Arsenal should capitalize on is they are only playing for the league. They should not make this thing of fatigue an excuse that much, because City is competing on the Champions League and also the EPL. So they should capitalize more. You understand? Now for me, yes, it's fatigue. I know like players get tired. They have been holding that position for quite a while. Unfortunately, now I'm going to tell you the truth, my brother. NS Middledorf and Pitso, that history is going to repeat, but this time Arsenal and Manchester City. You're going to
You see who I have here now?
I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan, my brother, but I'm just saying, like, Like even check if let me just slide into our football just to make an example. Even when Kaizer Chiefs bottled the league against Sundowns, we did not have squad there. It was Kaizer Chiefs and Nugovic visit Mamelodi Sundowns and Abatapelo Morena, those players. You understand what I'm trying to emphasize? So at the end of the day, when you're competing for things like the league, most especially the league, you must have one of the biggest squads. Like that one is not even a mystery. So what I can say now is the boys are doing well, but Saka needs help. I don't know why they sold Pepe. For me, I think what they could have actually kept him for as a replacement for what's it called, for Saka, because he has been overworked. And then now from my side, Saka is one of the best players. He's the best player at Arsenal now. But the criticism that he's getting from the media, my brother, it's unfair. And then when now they are busy comparing him to a monkey chimpanzee. It's gonna kill its like it will confident die. Its confidence is gonna go down. You understand? So the chances of me, I'm just gonna finish up.
You can wrap up that question. You can wrap up that statement.
So yes. So what are the chances of him actually performing good after these things that he sees on social media? Because now he has been blamed for something that even Messi and Cristiano have missed. Even Mo Salah has missed 2 in a row. Like, guys, come on, man. Like, I think Arsenal by this time, like, you need to support your boys, man.
I support them, but support you must also question. Kabelo, how much of this is a size issue? So I think is it more of a size issue or more of an options issue? Because like they don't have as many games as, let's say, a City is going to play. We're out of all of the cups. We're looking directly at the league. So they're playing once a week. But then when you look at the field, there's no plan B. How much is it size versus options?
Let's see, now from what I can say, Arsenal, they don't have any option already. Whatever you gotta use whatever you have. If it means, or if Martin Eli he's fatigued or so, there's like Nelson and stuff. The thing is depth, especially how you maneuver it, because I don't like comparing, but have you noticed how City can maneuver certain players? Shavano John Stones is moving from being a actual defender to being a central mid. Yes, and then even if like legs of De Bruyne are not fielded, you can still put like Setswana Lebo Kuda can to play like a number 10. But Arsenal there's no such, because Shavano the Nani crisis. Some players are fatigued. Fatigue is playing a big role, because Machansamang after World Cup there was international break. Players were playing, quoting, and at the end of the day, weekend they have to play again. They are regular good team in Sabon. So it's based on depth and what you can do, because you can't say Osaka Hayo. You have players you can do to fill up the gaps. So that's what I can think for now. Yeah.
I like that point, Rutsani. How much of it is size and how much of it is a lack of plan B? Because I mean, we can't complain too much about the size of squad. They're playing once a week.
Yeah, I think for me, I think being fatigued for the players, but I think also the squad that we have is not too much like Man City, because Man City they have 2 teams to play, but they don't rotate each and every position. They just rotate midfield and strikers. So for me, I think Arsenal, the biggest mistake that we do is like we didn't sign the players that we compete, because remember when the manager came, he was just came to build, not to compete. But now he give us a competition that each and every one of us were not thinking that Arsenal maybe it will be competing. Because for me, I'm speaking for me. I think I was just counting that Liverpool is gonna do it again, and then play with Man City until when Arsenal and Man United try to build the team exactly what they want. But for me, I think Ochecha give us something that we didn't expect.
Okay.
But also, I think sometimes you have to gamble. Sometimes if you can put Nelson and sometimes you put Saka on the bench, he came in as a second half. Maybe we will get more, because I remember the last game that Nelson was playing.
Yeah.
Saka was booked yellow card. Nelson performed very well, but after when Saka came back, they bench again Nelson. Why you can't put him on the team, first team, and then
Yeah.
Saka must fight for his position when he come back. So I think also being tired of players is also contributing too much. But mentally you have to come down, to tell them to come and concentrate, because Arsenal is only EPL that they're focusing on,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're out on their cups. Man City is focusing Champions League, FA Cup, and the league again. But for me, I'm just praying. Maybe on Wednesday we're gonna beat Man City. I'm just praying. I just hope.
Skawara.
And and and
who's
I'm
this
sorry
guy?
to cut you short, man.
Yeah.
I'm logging off soon, so I just want to pass this point.
Okay, Hendrik,
One other
yes.
thing I think. Yes, one other thing, my brother, I just think this thing is plain simple. They don't have that person that can motivate them throughout this entire season. They need someone like that. The only person that they have that I've seen is vocal and then can actually motivate them. He has the experience of actually pulling up a title win. It's Zinchenko.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then, yes, Zinchenko, and then they try to buy Jorginho because he shares the same mentality as Zinchenko. You understand? There was this guy who once told me that Arsenal are gonna, no offense, my brother, but there was this person
Oh,
that told
when
me,
someone says no
Arsenal,
offense, when someone says no
no,
offense, you must know. Good day. No, it's okay. He
no,
hit me with
no.
it.
Yes, there was this guy. He's a Manchester United player. You know what he said? He said, "Hore, Arsenal are gonna flop this league. Number one reason being they don't have that Casemiro type of player in the middle of the park. They
Okay.
only have this one player that's vocal and then that has the team spirit, and which is Zinchenko. The squad is filled with young boys.
Yeah.
They are not sure how to handle the pressure of being at top of the league from day one up until the final day. So now I'm agreeing, like I'm 100% agreeing. When this guy spoke and said that we must not blame fatigue all the way, I now see it. Sometimes I think it's a mental thing. They are getting nervous now that, oh shit, we might win the league now. Oh shit,
There we go.
what's gonna happen now? Oh shit, that's what happening, because it's the first time these boys will actually pull out a huge accolade. And
Yeah.
then check the squad, man. Who will win the like who's like I think 90% of that squad are new title winners if they actually win the league. So from now, and I think they are scared, my brother. They are scared to even raise the trophy high. But if they can at least pull a win, they need a win against Manchester City, not a draw. Because if you get a draw, Manchester City has a game in hand. So you need a win. That's what you need, and then win the rest of your games, my brother. I wish you all the best. I'm tired of Man City. What they did to me last season.
But at
My
least
brother.
Ilona, you got something yana. You got something yana. I wanna move on to Uspoguhle. And this was the reason why I stopped you, is because I wanted to ask you this question. Gahle. Uti, is it because of size or is it because of lack of plan B? Because asadlali lama match amaningi, it's just the league, one game a week. Can we really say that fatigue is what is playing a big issue here?
Okay, yeah, you can say in like inkinga is size is coming, but you can say is size with quality. Yeah, because you can have a big squad, but you don't have quality players within that big. You see, like Man City, I will always make the example of Man City because Man City is a big squad, but they have quality players.
Okay.
You see, so it's just a matter of having a big squad, but quality players. Like like Arsenal, their problem is that there is a mental psychology thing that is happening within them because since they don't have the experience of winning the league, like they like they're questioning themselves about, are we capable of winning this? Like, oh, like in a couple of weeks I'm gonna be winning the league.
Yeah.
Like, is this gonna happen? And they keep on. There's more questions than answers inside of them. You see, so that's where like I see them like they going to like this season they are going to bottle it, but next season I fear that Arsenal is going to put a pressure a goal next season for Immensity. You
Hey.
see, but Arteta, I believe in Arteta. Arteta is cooking something, Lapaya. Arteta is cooking something because Lomjita, I think he's going the similar route as Pep when Pep arrived to Upper Women's City.
Okay.
But AIK journey is more like it's more it's more successful than Ega Pep because Ega Pep would finish like first season he finished third.
Yeah.
And his second season he finished fourth. You see, but you can see Mikel like he's finishing possibly second this season. Yeah, well, so which means they like icon in the Arsenal. It's a good thing, but it's just that I'm saying that after this season closes, Arsenal should buy quality players.
Amen.
So that they can have a big size of players
Amen.
with quality.
Yes. I agree with that fully. Tsepiso, welcome to the live. I'm going to jump you straight in head first. How are you? Tsepiso. It's showing me here that it might be a network thing. I'm going to take you off and then I'm going to bring in somebody else for now. I want to ask more questions to everybody. Then I am going to change the topic. Kabelo, when you look at Arteta, he's 3 years in. Are we giving him too much credit, or is he meant to have been doing these things by now in year 3?
For starters, you gotta give props to Arsenal for what they did the entire year. You can't run away from that one shot. Secondly, I feel like we need to also give props to Arteta individually
Okay.
for what he has done and stuff or what, because only few coaches have able to achieve what he has done in a short space of time.
Okay.
Regardless how many years he's been a coach or so, but because whichever situation here at Arteta, it's more similar to situation here at Klopp, because Arsenal and Liverpool for the past 5 years or so, they had the same like situation. They never had depth, but they had the run in them to chase for the league one shot.
Okay.
But the problem has always been Man City at the end of the day one shot. Because if you watch closely to clash here, Manchester City and Liverpool for the past 5 years.
Okay.
Liverpool were always playing with the same team, but along the way, Manchester City could shuffle and play certain players in between, but still give the same outcome or so on. So it's the same situation that is also impactful to Arsenal. They don't have the depth, but they have the players for the run, but for the chase, it's questionable because I don't know a lot of things are coming to play. One shot. So it's very tough. It is very tough, but no. I don't want you guys to give up, but to go for the head overall. So go for the chase otherwise. Yeah.
Let me just get into these comments. I forgot about these comments. Let's see. Look at Liverpool losing one player. Okay. DJ Msenti, thank you for the follow. Makari sending blue hearts. Hey, load shedding is disturbing me. Hare Marero. Isn't that a difference between City and Arsenal is experience and mental tenacity, and Arsenal don't have both. You. Camelo says, Arsenal players are tired. They've been on top for so long. It's time to go below. There's no way Arsenal can beat Manchester City the way they performed in the last two games. Ryan, I've got you here. I'm going to jump to you just now. I don't see them beating City. Arsenal has dropped momentum while City's picking up pace, says Mokhadi. Rodzani says, I think City, all eyes on the Champions League. Lucky Zen, thank you for the follow. Yes, even bench Haaland during Premier League games. Mokhadi with laughing emojis. Kolani, thank you for the follow. Yeah, no, I see you've recruited Mokhadi. Guys, let's pray for my team Arsenal. SG Clothing, the place sets the players are tired. Kalagata, thank you for sharing the live. NJ, thank you for the follow. They're paid millions. Arsenal lacks leadership and experienced players. They're young and they can't handle the pressure. And besides the last game, Mateta made wrong subs and favoritism. Evans, Arsenal again. Hey, Jobe, Edgar, and Icon Pat, thank you for the follow. My brother Arsenal have all the weapons to do the job. They just always play the same patterns. As the Kalang and loudspeaker for Arsenal, like Coach Rulani said. Let me see. I'm gonna let somebody in. Same question for you. Looking at what Arteta has done, yes, it's been amazing, but is there an argument to be made that it's 3 years in now, and by the standards of, let's say, the bigger teams, 3 years, you should be winning a big trophy?
Yeah, but you can't win big trophies whereas you don't sign big players who knows to win championship. So for me, I think I can't blame Arteta on what is happening on Arsenal.
Okay.
I think most of the thing. Remember when Arsene Wenger, when he left Arsenal, it was the same problem that he need these players, but management can't buy those players that he needs.
Okay.
So for me, I think I can't put blame on him or actually. And then the thing that I'm happy with about him, he don't have a favoritism on the players. Each and every player who raises his hand, he put him in. So for me, I think we have to give him some more years and then try to buy some players for him. Whenever you want a player, we're supposed to go and buy. So for me, I think I'm just praying that maybe Brighton can hold Man City because it's the only team that I can see on the features that remaining for Man City. Even Arsenal, yes, they can try, but I think Brighton is the only one who can beat City because City, if you want to beat them, you always have to have a pace and a striking force.
Okay. Small. I've got the same question for you. 3 years into Arteta's reign there at Arsenal, are we giving him too much credit, or what's the situation? How would you grade Arteta up to this point?
No, Arteta, he has done a good job. It's something that was expected of him because you come as an understudy, Pep. So we know, like, we have glimpses of a playing style yakhe. We even had Kubalondwa. He's very passionate about the Arsenal.
Okay.
And 3 years is very, it's a good amount of years for managing a top club. And if you look at Kariaga Pep for 3 years, like the first 3 years is Pep La Paya Man City, he won nothing. But he competed for things. Like he competed the league, like he competed for the league. He competed for the Champions League. He competed for everything. And another thing is that the Arsenal will start big players will start be attracted by the Arsenal because Arsenal will now qualify for a Champions League and big players want to play in the Champions League. So now there's a positive for Arsenal because big players want to go to Arsenal now because Arsenal is in the Champions League. Yeah, but
Can I ask you? Can I ask you just a follow up on that? Do you think Arteta wants big players?
No,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
I'm coming. I don't know who's talking now. I'm coming. Yeah, you're saying Spokely?
You know why? You know why? Arteta has the same mindset as Pep. Arteta is going to look for the most special players that are able to play system yakhe, because you can check Balendwan or Fabio Vieira. He's a special kid. He's able to play system yakhe.
Okay.
So there are very few big players that can that are able to play system Arteta.
Okay.
And another thing, big players have egos. Siyayibona lapha PSG uba i-ego big players yenza njani and yenza ntoni team. And once you look at Man City, name one big player lapha ene-ego. Ayikho. Like there's no player that has a big ego lapha. So okay, with big egos comes problems, comes in negative forms up at teaming, it comes in scandals within the team. So I think Arteta is more of like in the same approach as Pep. He doesn't want big players with with big egos. He just wants big players that are going to be able to fit in with structure side.
Kwandiswa, welcome to the live. How are you? Right. Same question. I'm throwing into the deep end. Arteta, he's 3 years in. Do we give him too much credit? Should he be doing better at this point? Should we still be seeing substitution problems, things like that? Or has he been doing very well?
Firstly, let me compliment Usipho kuhle whereby athi Arteta akadingi those big players but udinga ama players azokwazi ukuthi angene ku system yakhe adlale the way yena afuna.
Yeah.
And back to your question, I think as for Arteta, it's a matter of a buying power, whereby if you look to Man City, both experience ka Pep Guardiola and buying power, management ya Man City abasabi ukukhipha imali. If Guardiola appoint ukuthi he wants this player, they make sure ukuthi uyayithola leyo player leyo ngayo yonke indlela. And then as for Arteta, I think it's just a matter of management nemali. And then it comes to indlela naye abuyenze like izinto ngayo. If you look, unoZinchenko, unoTrossard, unoSaka.
Yeah.
And then sometimes uthola ukuthi there's a player obona ukuthi he needs kule game. As for example, uTrossard, if you look at a game le abayidlale neWest Ham, you'd say ukuthi izolo bebeyidinga iplayer njengoTrossard ezokwazi ukuthi ibe aggressive nebhola, ibanikeze leyo play leyo, babe aggressive nebhola ukuze bathole indlela ukuthi bathole igoal. And then when it comes to into yokuthi they are ready for a league, I don't think they are ready, because like you can see ukuthi Man City has those players abane spirit sokuthi we want to win league, we want to win UEFA, we want to go there, we want to show ourselves. And then you come to Arsenal, you find out ukuthi yes, they do have a squad as City, we want to win league, but they don't have that experience yokuthi we can compete with Man City and be like positive as Man City. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see these comments. Job, thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, no, went to these ones. It's a lot that needs to be done. Firstly, winning mentality. Pitso says, thank you for the follow, actually. Rodzani says, Arsenal need big players. I want to go to the last question I'm going to have with this. So just before we move on to the last topic for today. Saka is the star player. So isn't it to be expected that there should be this pressure and there will be people, doing the monkey things when you lose and stuff like that? As a player that has been playing at Arsenal for I don't know how long in the first team, England went to the finals, all of that stuff. Is it part of the job?
Okay, for starters, football is a team sport.
Yes.
So already the media and Arsenal fans are putting too much pressure in terms of praising the boy. Yes, it's good to compliment your players when they're playing good or so on. But it's too much pressure for one player because at the end of the day, how win is Saka, who win Arsenal. So whatever the attributes or whatever he contributes to team, it has worked so far and betterly for the team. But at the end of the day, we need to be mindful of other players or whatever they're contributing and how Arsenal are moving as a team. Yes, he's been excellent regarding club wise and international. But I feel like in terms of he needs support more mentally and from his teammates in terms of he getting something from him and the team also doing as a collective also. So apart from anything, Saka has been very brilliant, but the team also needs to come to play also.
I also can I just add on? I'm going to ask. Can I just add on to that question? Where do what's happening with the experienced players? Pella, we brought in Jorginho, was meant to be experienced, an experienced person. We brought in Zinchenko and Jesus, who are perennial winners of the league with Manchester City. We brought in, trying to think, Partey was doing very well with Atletico. I believe Atletico won the league the season that he left. What support can they give Saka and why haven't they been there? In your eyes?
Okay. I think so much it's playing two part when it comes to Arsenal and so on, because they're already imagining them winning the league.
Okay.
While they're still striving for it one shot. So that's what I get. I'm not gonna stay much, but at the end of the day, if the team is hungry to win the league, regardless whatever happens, they need to fight as a team and stop being or if only Saka did what. But if only Arsenal did so, one shot. So that's what I get. At the end of the day, it's all about Arsenal wanting it as much as Manchester City wanting it so one shot. So that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, Rutsani, I've got the same question for you. Saka's been outstanding. He's been our star player. Doesn't what's happening come with it? End of the season, we look to the star player to sort of lift the team and pull us forward. Yes, there'll be criticism and things like that and fatigue, but we look to our star players. Should we expect that from Saka? And also, these experienced players that we bought and we have in the club, where are they right now at this crunch time?
Yeah. For me, I think Saka is our star for Arsenal. But when we say we need big players, we don't say we need those big names like Messi, Neymar. No, like players who have qualities, who have responsibilities to take.
Okay.
Like if I can make example, check what the Manchester United do. They just bring in Casemiro. Casemiro is not a star, but he's a player that knows whenever you want, he's there for you. But when we said Arsenal needs some players, yes, we need some players that can contribute. Yes, Saka, the whole season, I think now it's for 2 seasons now, Saka is performing very well. And then yes, Jorginho for me, I think it was that when I heard that they signed Jorginho, I feel disappointed because even at Chelsea was not performing the way that player need. Because if you can check Arsenal, yes, he plays some quite good games for us for Chelsea, but we need that player that we can even carry on his shoulder. He can carry the team on his shoulder. Like even Man City, if let's truly speaking, if De Bruyne is not there at Man City, you can see the gap. You can see the gap that De Bruyne is not there.
Yeah.
How many goals that Holland score from assist from is getting assist from De Bruyne? Yes, I think Arsenal really they really need to go to the bank and try to bring some quality players. There is a lot of players that playing around, like the likes of Kimmich. It's not big, it's not a star, but
Yeah.
he have a capability to win trophies with the team. And the way, like if you can check his spirit, it's like Zinchenko spirit, because he's the player that he don't want to lose. Each and every game for him is final game.
Yeah.
So I think when we said Arsenal need some players, like you can check if Thomas Partey is not performing, Xhaka is not there, Arsenal we struggle a lot. So we try to, if next season they try to bring some quality players like Rabiot. There is another player, I forget his name, who's playing for Inter Milan. I think he wears just number 29, the short
Okay.
one. But that one is a quality midfielder that if Arsenal can bring on side, we can go far. But I can't. I think they have to give Oteta another years to come. So because he even bring some quality footballer that Arsenal is being long playing that such football, brilliant one, short passes. So we have to just to bring some players that who can win, who have mentality to win a league.
Okay. Spogutle, same question to you. I know Saka's been the start. Isn't this the time when we watch them? Because Saka's been amazing. Odegaard has been amazing. You can't take them. But at the end of the day, now it's crunch time and seems tired. And Odegaard, he's been to disappear with hard. Well, I also ask that, what about these experienced players? Your Jorginhos, your Zinchenkos, your Jesus, your Shaw, who's been supposed to be one of the elder statesmen, great guy in the dressing room, all of that stuff. Where have they gone right now?
I think players like Oz and Jaco are starting to panic also now themselves, although they are experienced players. Because you remember when we were watching that Liverpool game, we saw, like after the second goal, Liverpool, we saw Zinchenko panicking and worried kuba loo nto uba they might have lost the league. So xa kuphenika these experienced players also, everyone is just in panic mode lapha kwi-Arsenal. The experienced, the non-experienced. So it's just, we just need umntu one lapha, whether experienced or not experienced, uba maka uplift the spirits of the team. And I think Mikel Arteta, as the coach, he should be like upping the level from like makayeke nokuba kuba ngumanager, makave sikabe ngu-motivator yabo manje, yabo. He should be their motivator throughout everything, constantly motivating them every single time. Not even talking about tactics now.
Yeah.
It's all about motivation now. Because it's the crunch time, Goku. We are here. Like, there's 8 games left. You see? So there's no
We need
time
to
for
push.
like tactics.
Yeah.
It's time to just push. Yeah.
Kwandiswa, same question to you. I feel like these players are fading at the end. And I know I spoke about Saka a lot. They've been playing incredibly well. We've seen incredible first halves where these guys are 2-0 up versus Liverpool, 2-0 up versus West Ham. But it seems as though go missing, and especially the more experienced guys, the guys that we put essentially to help us out with that thing. What's happening to these guys now?
Firstly, I remember Zinchenko when he arrived at Arsenal. During, I think it was a press conference or what, like, when he arrived at Arsenal, the first thing he said with dressing room in Arsenal was to be positive with the guys about guys, we are going for a league, we're going to win the league, and they didn't take him seriously. And I think that's click up to Mikel Arteta, and he managed to motivate his players. But like, yes, we go for a league, we go for that. And if you look now with players such as Abo Jorginho, I think they made a huge mistake by signing Jorginho. Because I think uJorginho bamsayinisele ukuthi azoba ibackup ka Thomas Partey, because if you remember bamsayine because of Thomas Partey ubekalimele by the time, and uJorginho bengasiyona first choice yabo makasho Mikel Arteta. Like, there's this guy odlala ku Brighton,
Kaizer.
Yes. Yeah. That was their first choice. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And in terms of ukuthi babe khona for support, banikeze baguide, bakwazi ukuguide ama-players such as abo Saka, Martinelli, because Saka has been there for like past 2 seasons. He has been there for Arsenal. Here comes Martinelli, of which naye somewhere uyabona ukuthi uyayidinga i-guidance alama-players such as abo Jorginho ukuthi bampushe. Like, for example, Man City, there is Foden. Like, Foden, we play ubonayo ukuthi mncane, but because of i-guidance yabo De Bruyne, abo Gundogan, like, he managed to give his best. Yabo. So, like, yeah, I think Mikel Arteta now has to be positive with his players. Like, doing like not just only one leadership in his players. Like, ukuthi uzorelyela ku Zinchenko ukuthi, like, talk to your mates, talk to kubo bonke labadlali, ubagqugquzele nawe naye. Like, I think we need like players, like, if you back Man City, there's Gundogan, of which we are born with, he has that leadership style.
Yeah.
Ruben Diaz, he has that leadership style. Obo John Stones, yabona ukuthi bakhona ukuthi bangaphusha lama-players amancane banikeze leyo support. Like, yeah.
Okay, gents, I wanna close this topic now. For me, I love my club, but I feel like a lot of what's missing is mental. So what's missing is, at the end of the day, you even see it in the fans when we speak about the thing. We've been number 1 since week 2, but you can't find me a fan that can say it with their chest that we're winning the league. You know what I mean? That can truly believe that we're going to do it. And sometimes you don't need to be the best team to do the thing. Sometimes you can go to the Etihad and win, luckily, by luck, and win because you guys were more intense than City or whatever. But the fact that we haven't been able to do all these things, it feels like, for me, Arsenal, we need everything to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, we make the excuses that we're now done. Like, for example, we're 7 games, the 7 games left. We still number 1. We shouldn't be sitting here saying that we've now lost in City this and the Etihad and whatever. It should be a situation where we're saying that, guys, we're very good. We drew with Liverpool. We were 2-0 up. We played them off the park. So we're capable of doing those things, but then it's almost like psychologically it kicks in that thing and then we stop playing. West Ham, we played them off the park first 30 minutes, 20 minutes of that match, right? So it's there, we're capable, but it feels as though there's something, man. There's something mental that's missing. But I want to get into the next one, the next topic. I see Motsepe is in the way. Wonderful. Guys, I'm going to keep you guys all focused right here. But okay, except for because he came on pretty late. But if there's space, please jump back. I'm going to speak about PSL now. So, Zani, you guys feel free, and I just want to give some new voices a chance to come and speak a bit, especially on. Let's see what the comments are saying while I'm doing that. Arsenal all the way to the job. They just always the same pattern. They're calling a loudspeaker for Arsenal, like Rulani said. It's a lot that needs to be done. Winning mentality. Okay, we already see this. Arsenal feeling the pressure, but they need to hold their heads up and take it one game at a time. Arsenal needs players like Bella Martinez and Amish. Okay, let me change this thing. You know, this weekend, there's Net Cup. Akusakhumbuli ukuthi ufavor.
Hayi, ngezimnyama mina.
No, okay, at least it's jabulile, but these things, then it might be a topic that I carry on for tomorrow.
Yeah.
The past weekend, I also seen Shade Dondol was 1-1, 5-4 ngamapenalty. He's beaten Kukune 2-1, literally 2-1, but the result here. The result here, hey, Sundowns, ishaywa Stellenbosch United. We won a Jan Leo match. Before I get into the question I really want to ask.
Yeah, mapensela unokuthi epitola kufani naseChlorokop. Stellenbosch. Yeah, like those guys. I think Parker has done something different to their team. Yeah, I think he has done a lot. He has motivated his players. Like he didn't care about Patrice bahambile. Like if you bega Reynaz ubeka hambile ku Super Sport, like he managed to work with his players like abesele now. Like if you bega at the beginning of the season, match abokuqala, I think they were playing against the Pirates.
Yeah.
Like you could have said, but like they want to finish in the top 4, those guys. Like uzobona ukuthi like ama player mancane, but with the guidance ka Parker, like we are encouraged, but guys, you can do it. And then like Urenas magabuye ku Super Sport, then ubanikeze something else uDupreez le abeka beyanikeza yona speed. I think Sundowns be strugglisha when it comes to speed ska Reyners. Like I don't know what happened with Sundowns. Like totally, not just because of the game there, but like this weekend, but even the past 2 games, like something is happening. Yeah.
Michael, welcome to the live.
How's it, my brother?
No, I'm good. Sorry to throw you in. I'm sure you want to speak on the previous topic, but I'm going to throw you into this one. Sundowns 2-1 Stellenbosch. I don't know. What do you support? Let me ask you first.
I came in at the wrong time. It is the wrong party I came in. I wanted to comment on Arsenal. It is with confession. I don't watch local football. I watched local football long time ago.
Fine. I'll give you a moment to speak about Arsenal.
Oh, by the way, thanks for the live and thanks for seeing you at Centurion last time. I'm sure you are familiar with what we are. No, obviously we have different profiles online. You know, you still remember?
No stress.
All right, just a quick one because tomorrow I'm heading in to work tomorrow. Just a quick one on Arsenal. I was once an Arsenal fan a long time ago, 2000, during Thierry Henry's time.
The golden years.
All those years when they sold those players. I really felt sad about it because. I believe star players wins the game. So it's what Arsenal have been in during Arsene Wenger's period. They sold star players. They've been playing with average players. I think Arteta also inherited such a kind of a mentality. Arsenal is average players. Come on, guys. I think we really hyping this thing up. If they win the league this season, it's gonna be by fluke. The same way Leicester have won the league. Yes, boy, truly, it's gonna be a league. It's gonna be. A league, with my understanding, is won by good players. Really, Arsenal, if they want to win the league or win any big trophies like UEFA Champions League, they need to buy good players and they need to compete in the market. I think the European football is being played based on the market as well. It's won as well. It's not only won on the field, it's won on the market. How you compete in the market with money, buying good players and great players in the market. So those are the elements that Arsenal is failing at. Look how they buy. They bought Peter Cech from Chelsea, and at this lowest in terms of. Yes, at the end of his career. By the way, I'm a Chelsea supporter. I will confess. I wanted to
tell me.
Oh yeah. No. Look. There is a difference. There's a difference in football. There's a difference between winning mentality and having players who can win, and having coaches who can win, and having owners which can win. You understand what I mean? So when this Russian guy, when he came in, he bought Mourinho from Porto, a guy who won the Champions League. Remember, after 100 years, Chelsea not winning anything. What he did, he brought in a coach that can win. He's sure that he can win something. He brought in the likes of Lampard, John Terry from Everton, the guys who were hungry at their peak, at their talent at that time. Didier Drogba, the likes of Ashley Cole. That mix. So it was it's all about winning. I don't think this Arsenal has that winning guys like the time when Arsenal had the players like Thierry Henry and others. You understand? So just a quick one. I wanted to show you how these guys, Arsenal management or Arsenal owners, they flop. It's Peter Cech. It is Willian. It is David Luiz. It is who is this latest one? Willian Jorginho. Remember Jorginho? He really, I will use a strong word. He pissed me off during Kante's time when Kante went on injury.
Yeah.
Chelsea was running towards a league. He was the main man in the thing at the center. He was the main guy to look for at that time. So now he was the engine of Chelsea that time. When Kante went in that December, I think it was a year before this the one that passed. Now Jorginho makes a back pass, and then I don't remember they were playing against what. They scored, and then it was a draw. Second game, he makes a back pass again. And then that's how City ran away with the league.
I'm gonna
you see
to wrap up. Sorry about that.
That's a good one. I want to see where Arsenal makes a mistake. They buy Jorginho. Look, he was a flop. David Luiz, the time when he left, he was a flop. Willian was at the end of his career anyway. He was not a flop. He was one of my favorite players at Chelsea. So I think the buying pattern in Arsenal it is faulty at some point. That's why I think Arteta have inherited the system that Arsene Wenger was using, which was not a winning system. It has proven many times at his career, 20 years that he has lived at Arsenal, that this pattern that Arsene Wenger was using was not winning method, especially in the market. That's another point. There are many points that I can mention why Arsenal will win it by fluke. It won't be really by victory that they won it. Okay.
Or I'm going to Monday, Wednesday, of time to speak about thing.
All right.
But thank you so
No,
much.
Again, a good one. On the local one, I'll really excuse myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at it, but thank you for the line. And then I want to comment that feedback from other guys as well. You know, I've learned a lot from the game as well. Thank you so much, guys. I'm heading out, same as Hendrik. Tomorrow, I have to head to work. Good one.
There's a lot of guys who know exactly what's going on with football.
No. When it comes to the European one, I will surely have a banter there. I will give a lovely one, guys.
Feel free to jump in, it's there.
All right. Keep well. I'll excuse myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wonderful, sir. Wonderful guys. Day. Actually came up to me, so I just gave him a little time. But thanks for speaking. This past weekend, Sundowns, Sundowns. What did you make of that game?
Yeah, for me, I think it was a surprise for each and everybody in South Africa. So Sundowns lose against Stellenbosch, but for me, I think in football everything can happen.
Yeah.
Remember, I think 10 games after Sundowns declared to win a championship. I can count some games that Sundowns they win by a fluke. Against Kaizer Chiefs, they win by a fluke. Against Golden Arrows, there are a lot of games that I can say this one Sundowns supposed not to win. But football is football. If you don't score, you don't take chances. They took their chances, you're lost. But for me, I was listening Steve Parker when he's talk. He just make it simple for his players. He said, heads up, and you will win the game. And check out the Reynolds, they were running to them. But unfortunately, both goals that Stellenbosch scores is a mistake for the backline for Sundowns. But in football, if you make mistake, they punish you. And then I just want to congratulate to Stellenbosch. But for me, the game for Saturday for Pirates again. I was very much disappointed because if you can check the squad for Pirates, it can beat each and every. Okay.
Actually, something there's just one question I want to ask before we move on to the other matches. Actually, the people in the comments, you can come on. You can question when there is space, Waras. So just and I'll let you in. Also, user, you can also let you in. Hey,
Butwan,
is this the Rulani we cheaper? Is this the Rulani we saw at Pirates? Because somebody last week on my live, UKG said, the moment that Manba relinquishes properly, we're going to see the Rulani. I'm starting to see that Rulani in the league.
I was about to say that now we are seeing the real Rulani. The Rulani that we saw during his Orlando Pirate days when he was given an opportunity to take charge in the Orlando Pirate technical team. This is the Rulani we saw at Chippa. Remember when he was given an opportunity to take charges at Orlando Pirates? He wanted to do things in his own way. Like he had this solid squad, you had Abo Memela, you had like the combination of Memela, Lord Shonga, Mulenga. He destroyed that combination. He wanted to do his thing. Back to Sundowns. Sundowns, Sundowns is quality players. Like if you could take them a reserve, you put them on the field, they'll give you the best. Take them a substitute, they'll give you their best. And if Ubeka is Sundowns at Kale this season, whereby Umanqoba like was the head coach, I would say. I don't know what Ubeka in because like it was 3 of them, like having like they were given an opportunity to do their thing.
Yeah, the three
So
wise men.
yeah. So now, and then when he was given an opportunity to take charges at Sundowns,
Yeah.
he started well. He started well. I don't wanna lie. Like he started well, and then he got the times whereby he showed his true colors. But this is who I am. This is how is the way ngifuna i-Sundowns idlale ngakhona. This is the type of players engiwafuna kwi-Sundowns. He shows pride uRulani. He's the type of a coach of, you know, like I remember Magati, he's the coach abukelela ko Guardiola, he's the coach of abukelela ko Mourinho, because those are the type of coaches like they have pride. If you are a player ongeke ubalalele kubona.
Yeah.
I remember this other day, I been to stadium, I think bekudlala i-Sundowns Cotton Sporting. There was this guy whereby ibhodi yakhe ibibhala ukuthi bring back uJali, we need him. Like, don't you think he needs uJali?
Yeah, especially
If ubheka
now.
yes.
Mukura
Yes.
Pinky.
Yabo. So like I think now he's showing his pride. Good, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rani, same question to you. What do you think of Urulani? Do you think Urulani is reverting to tell the real thing? Do you think that he was hiding behind system Sundowns, and maybe the past few games give us a glimpse of what's going to happen in the future?
Yeah, for me, Rulani do quite good job at Sundowns, because if you remember, he came in, he win almost 20 games in a row. So I can't blame him because of the losing and the draws. Because yes, people sometimes they get much excited when they win the championship. They tell themselves that no one can beat us here in South Africa. So for me, I think let's just wait until after Champions League. Maybe we can say, yeah, Rulani this, Rulani that. But
Okay.
I'm not saying Rulani is a good quality coach. I'm quite lucky when sometimes he was at Block Praise and at Soweto. I was near to him, listening what he said to the players.
Yeah.
He's a good coach, man. He can even read the game nicely. So for me, I think Sundowns can lose to any team, but yes, Sundowns can beat any team. So it's happened to any coach. So we can't say Rulani is the weakest link at Sundowns, so make Sundowns to lose. Yes, all players, we can blame the players also, because they didn't took their chances. They played quite well and on Saturday, but they didn't took their chances. They make the mistake, they get punished. So we can't say Rulani is not a good coach. And then even though, remember, when you have to win games, you have to have good players in the team. So that's why even you can be taken to go and coach Sundowns. You can win because they have quality everywhere. Is quality at the bench, quality on the stand, quality. So each and any coach can compete. So for me, I think we can't blame Rolani on the losing.
Okay. And I also it is early. It was just what was interesting about this thing was that somebody last week literally said that no, we're gonna start seeing what's happening when the games get down to it. Let's see. Is Jordaan?
I'm all good, my brother. Are you good?
No, I'm all good. I'm all good. Firstly, what team do you support? Look abroad.
Locally, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan, and abroad, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Okay, I know. It's fine. Finally, it's fed on here. We're currently about this Sundowns versus. Give me your thoughts about that match, but also there's a question around Urulani. Is Rulani a fraud? Is what I'm seeing, and he's starting with colors.
Talking about Rulani Mokwena, is a great coach. I'll say that, and he's technically disciplined. Looking at Mamelodi Sundowns on the basic league, they've got nothing to lose. They are already champs.
Yeah.
So I see Rulani trying the new combination for the future. If you look at how he's playing Mabaso, he's bringing Abomkulise back in the game. He's bringing all the other players that we've been not be seeing for quite some time.
Yeah.
He's busy trying the new combination because he knows that at the end of this season he might lose few players, a very important one. So it's that time where he needs to start trying the new combination. That's what I see via Rulani. But wait for the CAF game. You will tell me after the CAF game that Rulani is still the same Rulani that we know. Because like I saw the team that played against Stellenbosch on the cup. We saw Hashim Domingo back. We saw so many guys, and there's also Sereno who's back too. So I think it's only the matter that those players already feel like they are champs because they are truly the champions. So they no longer take the basic league very serious because their target now is on CAF and playing the World Cup, the World Club Football World Cup. So I really don't think there's something wrong about Rulani. It's when the players. It's how they motivate themselves in the dressing room, and that's how they approach the game because they know they're the champs. So that's the only thing that needed to be like they need to be game on if they need to break more records. Because for Rulani as a coach individually, he would love to break Pitso's coaching record at Sundowns. He would love to. You understand? So it's within the players. It's not Rulani. Because if you look at the Stellenbosch game, the chances that they missed. Like, come on, guys.
But high press. I wanna go speak about more of these matches. I see. Okay, we've lost somebody. Touch and go. 1-1, 5 penalties. Tell me about the match. What did you see?
Yeah, we need to give credit to Tondolo. We need to give credit to their technical staff. We need to give credit to their head coach. Like, I think if there's no player that has been selected, maybe like on professional level from Tondolo, that would be something else. Because like you could tell that those guys, they had a plan, they did their homework very well. They analyzed the Pirates very well, but like we know where we go to find the weakness of Pirates and where we're going to destroy strengths of Pirates. For example, if you Ubone like Usaleng, he didn't do that much. Like we know Usaleng what is capable of, but Tondola iqede konke lokho ayizange imnikeze opportunity, ingamnikeza space ukuthi adlale and like supply Pirate if we are born like in the middle field, that guy number 6 wabo, I think captain, he did his best. I don't wanna lie. Ubekwazi ukukhava ukuthi engakwazi iPirates ingakwazi ukudlala amabhola to launch to Saleng to kamanje until for manje uze wakhipha sibonanga ukuthi yini kahle hlabe zama ukuthi ayenze ukuze akorele iPirates because of ilotuzi Itondolo being a structure sokuthi izodefenda kanjani and izoyi-attacka kanjani iPirates. And then we have to give credit to their goalkeeper. I think if it wasn't of him, like Itondolo being a penalty, he did his best. Yeah.
So then what does this say about the quality of the cell? Should we be worried that teams like Itondolo can come in and really give a team as much resources as Pirates are run for their money? Does it say anything about the quality of our league?
I think going back to Mamelodi FC, going back to Imbaroka when they were still playing on Vodacom, it wasn't Motsepe by the time. You remember Imbaroka, they knocked out Kaizer Chiefs. I think it was in Nedbank, yes. Mamelodi FC, they knocked out Orlando Pirates as well. So, and Imbaroka, you that could tell you that it's about time that ISAFA has to recognize as well ama foundation such as Motsepe. Don't just recognize your say PSL yodwa, but even in yes, everybody. Like if you pick up with EPL, you'd find out ukuthi i-team edlala is it League 1 England. Yes, you'd find out ukuthi if i-Manchester City idlala ne-team edlala encane edlala le kulower league e-England, uGuardiola use his best lineup ukuthi adlale nayo. Why? Because he knows those teams, they are capable of doing something. They might knock out the team enjenge-Man City.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. No. That's understandable. Rudzani, tell me about this match, Pirates. As a Pirates fan, tell me about this Pirates match. It looked like it was touch all going very well. How did this game?
Yeah, for me, I think Dondolo, they read quite well Orlando Pirates. Maybe they see the videos each and every day. They saw them when they played on TV. But remember, each and every team, they have 3 players that they play with. So that if they have a ball, those players, Pirates can move. Okay, they have Saling, they have Lodge. If those people, they have ball, Pirates move. But when you go and say man-to-man, those people, they won't function. The whole team won't function. So for me, I think those teams from Motsepe League, remember, they don't play football of making spaces, closing the channels. They do man-to-man.
Yeah.
If you can check the way Dondolo plays, they didn't even go for like to attack Pirates. They just wait for them to come and then try to mobilize their positions. So for me, I think Pirates, that's why I said I'm very quite disappointed with the way Pirates taking things slow.
Yeah.
They were trying to beat them with the fatigue. Maybe they will try to say they will get tired on second half. We'll be running on them. So for me, I think PSL teams, they have to come wise when they play so-called small teams in football. But there is no small teams in football. Even we can just go on the street and pick up some players and go and compete. They can win sometimes because football is not winning by points. It's winning by scoring goals. And then the other thing, I also blame sometimes coaches. I blame them when they see players not functioning. They keep them for 90 minutes. For what? If the player don't perform and the things not going on your way the way you were thinking, you have to come with another plan B, to throw. Like, if you can check the way Dondolo play on the wing, they are perfect. They are 2 and 3, they don't overlap. So why can't you go through on the center? Because obviously you can see Lodge, the legs of Saling, they are not functioning. Let's use the center, the middle way, so that if wingers are not performing, we go through to number 9 straight. That's why even Sukomanja didn't perform, because he was just waiting for a ball, maybe cross from Saleh and Lodge. But guys, please, let's give Dondolo a big hand, because they give us the things that we were not supposed to see. For me, when they saw the team, I said, yeah, Pirates here, they're going to pass like 4-0 or 5-1. So, but hey, Dondolo came with something else.
Let's say about PSL football. We speak here every week about the standard of our top leagues football. And now we have a team from Motsepe League and really giving a PSL team every time. What does that say about the quality of the PSL?
Remember last week we even talked about these things. I think it was last week that the players, they don't give us the best what they are, because if you can check the way, sorry to go straight to the player, but I have to. If you can check the way Lodge, when they get tackle him, he just fall, waiting for a referee to give him a free kick or whatever. But that thing is not the way. It's not the way that we can play our football, because in football, each and you have to give your 100% performance. You play for a page, you play for a team, you play for a fence. So yes, but if you give us, like, you're going to say, hey, Dondolo, I can't perform like I'm playing with Chiefs. So, which means we don't have to go to stadium when you play such called small teams. Because obviously each and every fan for Orlando Pirates said, "Yeah, we are going to beat them hard." But the player that was performing it on the Orlando Pirates is Paseka Marco. He didn't even give them that chance that say, this one, they are small boys, I'm playing on PSL. He was performing very well, but the whole squad for Pirates was so relaxed. I don't know why. And even the coach, you remember, you see the coach for Dondolo, they were coming up with the plans. When you see the bench for Pirates, all the coaches, they're sitting down, relaxed, watching the game. So, which means they were told themselves that this one is gonna hit them with the fatigue. And even you can say Dondolo, they don't train. They train like PSL team. If you can check their games, the goalkeeper, he have a 19 clean sheet. The striker, 25 goals all competition. So that team is can run each and every team. That's why I was so praying. Said I even told my colleagues said, if Dondolo get Kaizer Chiefs, they will beat Kaizer Chiefs. So simple.
I want to come to just to. I also want to ask you the same question. You looked at this game, Dondolo versus Pirates. Obviously, King Motsepe League team versus a PSL team, but Dondolo played so well and gave a very good showing. How did you see this match?
Let's talk about David and Goliath of our soccer here. I wouldn't say Dondolo is David or Orlando Pirates is Goliath. It's a game of football where there's a lot happening in the field of 22 players, actually, including us fans and the bench. I want to talk about the depth of most of our PSL teams. If you look at them, they don't have depth. They don't have depth. Looking at Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, you can call them Super Sport United. You can name them, or you can name them. They don't have depth. The only two teams which have got depth in PSL era, it's Mamelodi Sundowns and Stellenbosch.
Okay.
Why am I saying that? If you look at Monama, the captain of Dondolo, against Miguel team and the partners in the middle field of Orlando Pirates, they were not getting any. They were not winning any. So you could tell that's one thing you could point that these big teams don't have depth anymore. That's why we see in our national team we suffer most of our defensive midfielders. They don't have them at all. So comparing Dondolo and Orlando Pirates, Dondolo still plays traditional football.
Okay.
You mark the person man to man. It's like when you're watching the League One on at France, you watching at England, you know. So it's man to man, hard marking. You don't give a player a space to turn. You know, that's why you saw Saleng and the other and the company not playing. The other thing that made Orlando Pirates lose the game is pressing football. You don't press an orange or a granadilla. It will blast at you. So you don't do such. Once it blasts, it's dangerous. So you have to play at the same level with them. And the other thing that I saw with Orlando Pirates players on that game against Dondolo, they told themselves that it's a freeway. We've won this game. Dondolo stars are very young, and they were expecting them to respect them. You understand? So it's very difficult because it has been happening. This Nedbank Cup proved us so many things. Looking into the PSL team and how quality it is, we can't compare the qualities because there's always in a team there's always that one player which you see them playing in England, you see them not playing here in South Africa. So it same applies to the teams. There are certain leagues that we see one team like qualifying to play into big leagues, not the level they are. So it's everywhere. I can't discuss about the quality of PSL and also the Motsepe Foundation because if you look these days, most of the talent are coming down from the ABC and everywhere. So it's not about the quality; it's about how they are groomed as players, how they were trained academically, how they are like physically, mentally, and the dressing room, the vibe in the dressing room. How are they being motivated against the big team? Everyone wants to beat Kaizer Chiefs. Everyone wants to beat Orlando Pirates. Everyone wants to beat Mamelodi Sundowns to prove a point that I can do it. So they were self-motivated looking at the game. Dondolo Star were very self-motivated. I can't say much about Orlando Pirates. They were failing. They were failing big time.
Should there be maybe what's the word? An expectation that a PSL team versus not a first division team, a second division team, or third, it shouldn't be an expectation that I might be simpler than, I'm sure it's the first time they played, or the time they played in front of players that earn the team that have the resources.
My guy, there's one thing that you should always know and remember. If you are sitting over there and your role model is watching you, what do? You make sure that you give all the best so that you can prove to the role model that I am the best and I can be who you are and even more than who you are. So it's all about them. Those guys see Orlando Pirates players as their role models. Most of them, they even shared on Twitter, on Instagram, social media that I'm going to play again with Lodge on the same. They were very excited. So that excitement brings you the whole energy. You unpack everything that you have because you want to show and prove that I am better than you. I can do more than what you do. So it's all about being motivated and stuff. There's nothing that we can point and say, hey, this is the wrong, this is the right. No, it's all about being motivated and self-motivated, going to the league and wanting to prove a point.
No, I'll take that word. Let's see in the comments. Let me just go to those quickly. You guys couldn't just tell me what I was. As a Sundowns fan, I've had a hunch we're not in the Champions League. I'm more happy. Just thank you for the follow. Lebza, some people think we have God-given rights every time. That's silliness. Shanes and no, thank you for those type of even quality, true quality. Any of the division team, if they have strong mentality, Dololo Sundowns outperform everyone. Second in the league, played 25 games and earned 40 points. PSL teams have poor chemistry because players lack interpersonal skills to the group. Our PSL standards are very low, says Vince. Chuck says they're not teammates, they're just colleagues and it reflects on the field. Zulu Muntu says he's going to lose to Dondol. Just don't go out or have their families spent together. It's just at work. Research every winning team. Players are like family throughout the campaign. Messi's Argentinian because he had international skills to see what they won the World Cup. Yeah, best of like playing with the team. Papido Jabuto, thank you for the follow. Lelo Zekuk, thank you for the follow. The goalkeepers, the best. Danny, come around and watch. Pirates. I like the comments. I see in the comments a pattern. Do you think that our PSL players take it seriously? This thing going further than so not only maybe do things like that. How much does that play into what we see on the pitch? Guti, they actually build chemistry.
Back to going to your question. You remember when Pirate was failing to score goals? I think it was last season. Lodge came up at Pirates. Akukho kubambisana. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, he even asked Ruti, when was the last time you saw someone scoring a tap in with Pirates? I think ama-players wethu, most of ama-players wethu angeke ngisho ukuthi wonke awakwenzi into ezikanjalo ukuthi like you find ukuthi mhlawumbe bahlangene in somewhere benze leyo friendship ukuthi even noma sesithimini sizokwazi ukuthi si-understandane, like I remember because Lodge bekasadlala noXola Mlambo. He used to say whenever uxola mlamba abamba ibhola uyazi ukuthi kumele arane ngayiphi indlela, uyazi ukuthi kumele avele kanjani because uyazana noxola mlambo ukuthi if abamba ibhola uzokwenzani, if enza lokhu uzokwenzani. So I think ama-players wethu no afew enza lokho, afew enza lokho, and lokho I think those are one of leyo inkinga, enye inkinga yenza ukuthi ama-players wethu abuye anga-understand-ani egamini, kungabi ukuthi kune-playing combination ethimini, yabo.
Rutsani, also to you, same question. Here we are. I'm seeing in the comments people are making the point that, listen, these players, there's no chemistry. They arrive back locker, then they go home. They don't have any chemistry. They don't play together. It doesn't seem like they're together a lot. How big of a deal is this for a team?
My man, I think the thing we talk about it over and over, but for me, I think players, actually, I'm just surprised about our players of nowadays because maybe they're getting big cash on their salaries, so they forget that football sometimes you play it because you have talent, and then you are an entertainer actually on the ground. So for me, I think all players now they play for a fame. If you play for Kaizer Chiefs, each and everybody when he saw you at the mall, they will praise you that, hey, here is the Shabalala, he play for Chiefs, whatever, they took pictures with you. But it's not like that. In football, remember when you go there, you go to entertain fans. You have to, like, when you remember when, 97 derbies, you can't see Jerry Skosana hanging out with Brand Baloi or hanging out with Nelcho. They were enemies, those people.
Even us
but
as fans,
nowadays, our
even
players,
us as fans, you couldn't
yes,
even sit. I think Pirates and Chiefs fans
we
sitting
can't sit
together.
They're sitting together, so which means we don't have any more competition. It's like both of us we are friends, so it can't give any player a reason to perform on his best because even us we are friends. We are friends. Players they're also friends. Remember, like when after the game, when you lost the game, players they ring laugh. Don't think they don't even pain them. So which means for us, I think player they go there for a money too. It's their job, yes, but sometimes they have to feel for us as a fan because that's why even though at the stadium nowadays people they no longer go to the stadium because we know if I want to see them after derby, I will go to Conk. I will meet the bunch of players. So for me, I think I think that thing is have to the end to our players to commit to whatever when you do. He have commit. But thanks for I was just glad to see the way yesterday Chiefs when they get the toss with Orlando Pirates, what they happy about because I think they have a motivation on that we are going to beat them. I think it's a motivation for each and every player at Kaizer Chiefs. But for me, I think we lost the culture of football, the way it's supposed to be. Because if you play for let's say Orlando West, I'm staying at Orlando East. I can't go to Orlando West after the game because there were people that will get angry. Seriously. But now we are enjoying.
Let me ask Jasmine the same question. Jasmine, this team chemistry thing, man, it seems like players are friends inter-team, but they're not inside the team. They're not getting together and playing and really getting to know each other. Does this thing, how does this thing affect the team?
It really affects the team big time, very, very big time. Because remember, our South African coaches turn blind eye on that.
Yeah.
I'll look into Big Four, looking at our the friendship of Abo Lambo, Abo. What's the name of this guy who used to sing a lot also? Okay, Tolam Lambo.
Yeah.
Let's say about Tabo Munari. Let's talk about who's the other guy? Ben Mutswari. You understand? So if we're going to talk about Orlando Pirates, we talk about that group of young men who always spend time together, who came from the same team playing for Orlando Pirates. Because the Thabo Munari era won Gavin Hunt a league at Vets. You understand me? So those guys are used to play together. And Orlando Pirates took them. the three of them, they were friends. They were sharing everything. Like when they go to the rest, when they go out, they chill together. They are friends. So it's within the coaches that they tend to bring eye on that. Or go see if I could use these three at the same time, what could I get? Because they've got combination from the outside. Bringing it over here, it will be a bonus for me. I'm telling you about recently, Kigen Dolly tweeted and say, "I miss playing with Kama Billiard." If you've seen it, he miss playing with a friend. He miss playing with someone that he knows from all days. You understand? So I think sometimes if management or coaching staff could turn the eye on for such thing and see Uri team who understand who and check the position how to play. You understand? It could build a great momentum for a team because looking at the Happy Mashiane, I'm going back to Kaizer Chiefs now. Happy Mashiane, the likes of Shabalala, the moment when there was this other guy, the left back, Ntiantia. They used to play together from the multi-choice, you know. Now for them to be like separated, it doesn't make sense. That's why you see some of the players lose like individual performance because they are used to play as team players with the other players that they play with. So seeing ukuthi uzofika lana intwana na Z3 uzipromote zonke Z3 and then expect them to play. Manje makazofaka oyi-1 ayekele laba bayi-2. Where's the combination? Because the reason for him to take them is not individual skill, it's combination. It's
combination,
team playing skills that they have. You understand? So if you have that combination, use them. It's more of our national team. Like if you see in the national team that we're failing, it's because we are trying to join people who doesn't have the same qualities, who doesn't have the same skills. Go and pick up the front three of Mamelodi Sundowns if they're all South African. Use them. They will play with combination and they will understand each other. They will know what to do with ball. They know how to pass each other. It's something that they orchestrated. It's something that they practice every day in their field. So I think combination play is very important, and our coach and staff are turning blind eye because they know who's the closest friend of Andile Jal in the team. They know who's the closest friend of Kigen Dole in the team. They know who's the best friend of Lodge also ever in the team. So you just have to pay up the player and let them play.
Okay, no, that's fine. Let me get into these comments quickly. Let's see. I'm sorry to leave the live, but I have a test to write. I have to study. Oh, this man. Hey, good luck with your test. Good luck with your test, Kondiso. Caesar, thank you for the follow. I'm looking at the time. If you haven't followed, please follow me. Monday to Wednesday, 10:30, we are here. You can jump onto the panel. We can talk. We can do all that stuff. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you for your closing statements for tonight, and then I'm going to give mine. Then we can close it. Rutani, closing statements for tonight?
Yeah, for me, I just want to congratulate my team the way they were performing, Kaizer Chiefs. I hope Abanyang will weigh 6.
Yeah,
that's Okala. But for me, guys, let's support this page because we share our views as a fans. So each and everybody on you guys, have a good night. Let's meet tomorrow again.
No, tomorrow 10:30. Just Rutani, I see. Catch me tomorrow, Univen FM 99.8 from 12 to 3. The show is called Lunch Talk. We will definitely be watching that Lunch Talk. Closing statements for tonight, just Rutani.
It's my first time here, and I love football. I love soccer. I enjoy engaging and debating. Since you saw the show that I host, it's Lunch Talk. It's all about talk. I love talking. I'm talkative. I enjoy talking. I would say I'm glad looking into the results, and now that they've got the derby again as early as expected, we're gonna see who's the best. Because as far as I know, Kaizer Chiefs can lose 1,000 games. If 1,001 game, 1,001 game is Orlando Pirates, we know Chiefs have got a straight win. So let me not say much about that because it's gonna be tough. But I see Kaizer Chiefs playing final with Stellenbosch. That's what I see.
Okay. No, that's great. Remember tomorrow, guys. Monday to Wednesday, 10:30 on Facebook and on TikTok. So my closing statements are very simple. I'm going to start with the thing that I started with Arsenal. don't don't fix what's not broken. So whatever got you here, keep playing the exact same way. I feel like Arteta's getting jumpy and he's making changes that maybe he wouldn't normally make and making different decisions he wouldn't normally make, especially also on the pitch, the players themselves as well. There's the panic that's setting in. If you don't have the experience of going down and winning the league and doing all that stuff, just stick to what you know. We see that they play very good football, but then 2-0 up, then all of a sudden after halftime, you're changing things and that's going to catch up to you. Also, we need to get a bigger squad and yada, 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 all the other stuff. In terms of the Nedbank Cup, tomorrow we're going to speak about Kaizer Chiefs that didn't get enough time, but it's so great to see teams like Abotondol showing you that you don't need resources, you don't need all that stuff in order to be very good teams, in order to coach very well, in order to play very well, in order to show up in these matches, right? Because a lot of the time we speak about money and we speak about this and we speak about that, but sometimes if you just have the love of the game and you understand your team and you go up against these guys and you have a bit of belief, you can do a lot. So it's amazing to watch Tondol go through that. On the same token, if you look at teams, you're playing against a team like Sundowns. Stellenbosch came in there. It's a cup game, so you know Sundowns will probably be up for it more than they were for the league at the current moment. And Stellenbosch came in there, showed a bit of belief. They pressed high, they ran their lungs out, they stuck to their tactics, they stuck to their guns, and they beat Sundowns. So maybe it kind of shows you a little bit that maybe David versus Goliath, as a previous person had said, maybe you can go and beat these guys, and maybe you just need to just pick a plan and stick to it. So tomorrow, 10:30, thank you everybody for joining me. The Turuzanis, thank you for joining me. Please remember, Univen 99.8, 12 to 3, Just Rosani's got his show. Thank you guys for supporting me. Please follow the page. I'm going to be posting a lot more local football records and things like you usually know to expect from me. So please follow if you haven't followed. And then we'll see each other tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Oh, let me see. Wait, I think I have a couple of comments. Sizwe, I've been waiting for this live show. Thanks a lot. I enjoy your show. Thank you so much, Sizwe. Rutani, thank you for joining me. Guys, 10:30 tomorrow, we'll reconvene. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.